projects that we're doing and what we're gonna do with HTML and blockchain is have it on HTML or Altash blockchain, a decentralized application, and that's the next step for us.
So it's like you're doing a pilot testing
It is a pilot
through
project.
your foundation.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm.
It is a basically a pilot project for blockchain in the Philippines.
Yeah, because to be really effective, it has to be universal, right?
Right.
Because you only have a subset of
What?
the universe.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
going back to the blockchain is very exciting, and it's a lot of use cases that's been going on,
Mhm.
and that is why we're very excited that you know we were able to get two organizations and trying to solve problems. And blockchain is very new that a
Yeah.
lot of people is not understanding it,
Mm.
and that's why part of our mission is to create that education and awareness that hopefully people will try to slowly they don't have to be rushing to it. So
Yeah.
you know
I thought blockchain has more applications in financial sector.
not only in financial,
It's
it's a
You
lot.
only just
said
one
in the
application.
One
Just
application.
one application because it's more of a record sharing. So in mostly finance, the accounting, and also with the cryptocurrency,
yeah.
these are byproducts of the blockchain. But there are other products that we develop. In fact, on the 27th of this month, we are launching our web platform where you can use um, our blockchain in different ways. So far, we have two functions there. One is the upspring where newly born child will be registered in our blockchain.
But I can see the application, as regard record keeping, you should be talking to government agencies in the Philippines.
Yeah, and,
Have you talked?
that's why we're very happy to formalize it here in Chicago with the province and here in the consular office because we want to we want to make this as a use case because when we go and talk, in fact, Edgar been there last
Mhm.
early this
and
year.
and, and I'm
And
trying to reach.
you met with whom?
Yes, actually, there's no official. First, I'm just reaching out to local communities, local officials, and see because part of the challenge is education and awareness,
Yeah.
and that's where my challenge are. But the thing is, it's not just HTML now. There's a plethora of organizations all over the world
Mhm.
going to the Philippines, Asia itself,
Mhm.
and setting up their own blockchain. So it won't be. As a matter of fact, I'll be going there in February, and it won't be. It's going to be a totally different story from where I came. I've been there last year, so it's going to be easier for me to articulate the value of blockchain since everybody is talking about it now.
And
And
also,
it's much easier.
with this
Yeah.
memorandum of understanding, we have a use case MVP, minimum viable product, to
Right.
show that to do a show and tell. Because
Mhm.
some people will, we can talk, but some people will say, "Show me the product."
All right.
So if with this memorandum of understanding, our programmers are busy working with the Upspring and other software, so that when this is done formally, we have a product to show. When Edgar goes to the field by February, we have
Mhm.
something to show with our health officials, people in the government. We also want
And
to
business and business.
and so big, and also we can
Clark.
replicate this in our Brazilian project had a similar program, and when I talked to to some Filipinos,
Right.
they said that they're learning our agricultural agribusiness from Brazil.
So what are the application of this? I mean, for example, yeah, I registered and that person later on got married, so
Mhm.
changed the family name. So she goes
She
back to
goes
the
she goes
how
back to the national our record, our government's record, and
because normally she changes
yeah, but
the family name.
yes.
Mhm.
So when that happen, and then when we will be successfully integrating this to a governing body in the Philippines or any other small, countries,
Mhm.
entity, we will create a software where every time there is a changes, it will be recorded in the blockchain that this change has been done by an authoritative body. So one, it's stamped time and date. Nobody can change or alter it because it will be distributed all over the world. In the case of Brazil, we have our drone project that the farmers are using, or the government are using.
Mhm.
The government wants to know that um, these people really implemented a project that the government granted them. So before they said, people can simply falsify data because they will simply complete the paperwork and says, yes, government, we've done this, we planted this amount, and then they sign it, done deal.
But other privacy issues, there, what if I don't want my data to be shared?
When we ask them to use our system, we ask them to waive those rights or understand first that when their data is entered in the blockchain, it cannot be changed. And
Yeah.
those are pride things that they need to know because once it's entered, it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with their consent.
What
With their
about the
consent,
transgender? They change their gender.
Yeah, so
So
once
it's a lot of
yeah.
complications.
It can be corrected, and a lot of people they misunderstand it when they say it's recorded. There is a key. There is a key. When they say it's public, in reality, you will be granted a key, and this is your key. So it's not necessarily that you put it in the blockchain and everybody can see it.
Yeah, but
It's
If I could jump in,
yeah.
Yeah.
well, it's not written in plain text on the blockchain.
Mhm.
It's encrypted.
Right.
So the encrypted data is shared, but unless you have the key he's referring to, no one can read it. So only the approved parties that have the key can read it. But you can verify the data is the same in every copy of the database because everyone.
So it's we're going back to our Brazilian project. So right now we're using that. It's a drone. So when the farmers or organization said that we planted a group of trees in this particular area of the land, so a drone goes there and the drone take a picture
Yeah.
data. So after the drone take a picture, those data will be entered in the blockchain. So there is no way for them to doctor Photoshop those pictures. It's been taken in the area and then entered in the blockchain. When the government wants to unveil it, to see it, then they will make sure that they have the key and that those pictures are entered, stamped by our blockchain. So the government will say that, okay, these are the areas that's been planted and it was done properly. Unlike if there is no blockchain who made it, who made those activities secure, they can simply doctor it in Photoshop.
But I don't know. I don't understand why would they would change that. I mean,
So
maybe another application would be better. Like, for example, if you're a criminal, you change your face.
yeah,
That is better.
or your
In
your
police
biometrics.
work.
Right.
Yeah, biometrics.
yes,
As a matter of fact, you mentioned police work.
Mhm.
Let's go to a very new situation. Me and Dr. Vicente is talking about this earlier. The current political situation, which is Senator Antonio
Mhm.
Trillane's situation.
Mhm.
His situation is he records are missing. Nobody
Yeah.
can really
Mhm.
know where they are. Now, assuming if some sort of a blockchain technology is there, nobody can really say, okay, no, he said, she said situation, because
It's been
whenever you apply to a government institution, it's there, it's recorded, it's recorded,
And it won't be lost.
and it won't be
It
lost.
won't be lost.
And nobody can manipulate
Yeah.
it.
Manipulate. There we
Especially
go.
now we're
Now,
going to launch a national ID system, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Especially we're gonna
We
launch
should have
that.
yeah, it's a national
Right.
ID
And
system.
what's good about, because this is like a pilot project, it will be just a stepping stone
Mhm.
Right.
for electronic medical records.
Right.
Because one problem of most patients, when they go to different countries, something happens to them,
Mhm.
it would take time to get their medical records, asking from the hospital, from the private
Yeah.
physician, and all stuff. But once you have your records on the blockchain, basically the patient can give the key to the doctor,
Cons-
then he could right away extract
Yeah, I
it
think
in.
that's the best
Mhm.
application.
Yes. So that's what we're really planning, Stephen.
Yeah, we have a few
Uh,
projects along those lines.
Cross-border,
Mhm. Because
data exchange.
yes, wherever you go, as long as you have your patient data
And your
and
blood
your
type.
key, and everything's there. So the birth certificate thing is just
Beginning.
a beginning,
Yeah.
but basically
That's
we're
not very
moving
essential.
forward
Yeah.
towards that. And what we can see is the blockchain is the great venue for this one, wherein you have an open ledger, everything's encrypted, nobody can read about it unless you have the
Given
key,
permission. Right?
and nobody can manipulate it. And that's what really strike me in our foundation to reach out to Altash and Amando to do this memorandum, because there's a big potential right now, and I'm just seeing it in a medical point of view,
Right.
and and there are other stuff that we already talked about.
And all,
But you need a very sophisticated infrastructure for that.
No,
No.
anybody can run it on their home computer.
right.
It's just an ordinary home computer.
Yeah.
And how do you store the data?
Um,
Cloud?
As the data will be the data that is stamped
Mm-hmm.
can be stored in the cloud, or you can bring it with you, and then
Yeah.
that stamp will be recorded in the blockchain. So those are the ways on how to store it. But in the general sense, we're really looking forward with this one, because once we establish ourselves in the Philippines, smaller countries in the Pacific may look it as a model, and we're looking forward to go there and implement the technology.
Yeah, I think knowing I think it would be best to start with a community like a city, because the Philippines, until now we haven't had our national ID system.
Right?
Because we have different agencies collects different data. Like I have 5 IDs identification from GSIS,
Yes,
from Pag-ibig, from my office. So imagine a lot of information. It's difficult to
I believe
synchronize.
once the community, once everyone understand
Yeah.
the power of the blockchain, all those that you mentioned, Consul, will be, they will, a bulb will hit in their, it will light in their head and say, hey, you know what? We can use the blockchain. But until now, it's
Yeah.
understandable, a lot of questions, and that's why we're here to answer those questions. And that's why we create meetups, educational awareness,
mhm.
Mhm.
both online, and when I go to the Philippines, we do seminars, and those are the challenges that we are doing.
Yeah, I think it would be good to try one small municipality and the records.
Yeah.
Davao.
In
So
Davao.
They operate in Davao City, Davao City of Davao.
Yeah, and then for the records and then see how it works.
it works, yeah. So we're looking forward this as a use case, as
Mhm.
our show and tell project to other future institutions. So his foundation, Dr. Vincent's foundation and the Family Hospital will really help us to project ourselves as a blockchain of choice among in the region of the Philippines. And after that, once we have this use case in that particular region, we can show it to other countries, smaller countries in Asia Pacific. We have Brazil that are implementing right now, and then also India will follow soon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole
Not the whole country,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
just a
yeah.
specific organization.
The organization.
Because I'm having a different groups that hi, very nice to meet you.
So
So
yeah, it's the technology is very
very promising.
it's promising, and I think I can see a lot of applications. For example, in the Philippines, remember the four-piece
Yes, ma'am.
bolsa de
Both are the familiar or something
yeah,
like
which
that.
was patterned from Brazil, and we are doing the four-piece, and I think data collection, recording the families.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Yes.
Sometimes, the
Yes,
data is not accurate. They
that's one
keep
of our
moving
projects
and
too,
moving.
because
Yeah,
we're trying to monitor all of them, and some of them are
yeah.
not even qualified to be under 4 piece.
So that would be a good
Because we basically record their
four-piece. I know.
yeah, they basically record their biometrics, and when
Uh-huh.
you do that, the record will not be changed because that biometrics is attached to the blockchain stamp already.
And
And for example, measuring poverty, sometimes measuring the families, number of families, if it keeps
the family size,
the income,
Income.
all this data.
Yeah, yeah.
You should talk to the NSO people in Manila. Maybe they can
You know,
find.
hopefully you can point us to the right direction.
Right.
Because,
After we officially, successfully, we still have another project at Northern Illinois University that I'm talking with other professors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Maybe hear also from Mr. Sabo and Mr. Guy. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, if everyone could introduce themselves for the sake of those in the
Yeah.
live stream, that would be
Sure.
great.
okay.
Maybe just go around starting with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
He's our guest.
My name is Wanda Boncalis. I'm the CEO of Althash Foundation and the Htmlcoin, and I'm happy to be here, honored to be here with the Consul General and Consul Israel.
I'm Mr. Israel, Romulo Victor Israel. I'm with the Philippine Consulate General in Chicago.
Oh, okay. This is Karim. I'm the friend of Armando. So I'm also involved as the advisor in Hash. Yeah, nice to be here.
Hash.
Hello, I'm Edgar Tuliao, and I am in the business development here at HTML. And I'm very honored to be here and excited as far as being involved with technologies such as blockchain.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Sanders Sabo. I live here in Chicago. Another friend of Armando. Also guess I can call myself a blockchain and cryptocurrency enthusiast and investor. And I'm very happy to be here with you all as well.
And you know Tagalog, right?
A little bit.
Salamat po.
Masyado.
Dr. Vincent Ray Vicente from Kinasangan Foundation, Davao City, Philippines. Happy to be here, ma'am. Thank you, Armando, for giving us the opportunity to be part of our Althash blockchain.
Oh, I should just come around for that.
Right.
Give people motion sickness.
Right.
Hello, I'm Stephen Kaiser. I'm
Is this
one of the
based-
technical analysts, project managers with Htmlcoin. Here in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course, I am Consul General.
Right, right.
To be honest, I'm not very familiar with the blockchain.
Technology.
It's very new, but I can see based on your explanation, I can see applications, but it will be really challenging to be able to, for it's widespread. It's a technology. It takes time. First, information and
The way
and how.
the way we see it is 1993, the internet was born around that time, and it took about what, almost 10 years before everybody started talking about it. So,
Yeah.
and this was born pretty much when 2008, 2009. So we're 2019.
With the Bitcoin.
Yeah, with the Bitcoin and the blockchain, it's and so it doesn't have to be exactly at 10 years, but I'm sure it's getting there. I think it will get there. So that's what the indices are saying are so I think that's why we tell people to keep an eye on it. It's something that really, I think, for me personally, cannot be stopped. I mean, when it's time, it's going to be here. It's going to be here.
So the HTML, it's a company
Yes.
based here.
Yes, in Illinois.
HTML coin.
So the company is HTML coin, but the blockchain is named as Althash. And then the blockchain gas, the one that powers the blockchain, is called HTML coin. So when people refer us as a company, they refer us as Althash, but people are more familiar with HTML coin because that is the one that powers the blockchain.
And are there any other companies in similar?
Yes, so
You're
we
not
do
the only one.
the big names in the blockchain. Ethereum is one, another one. So these are big names. We are aspiring to be one.
We're aspiring to be
Working
one.
hard to be there.
Yeah.
And how many employees do you have?
Right now we're about 35 regular and part-time all over the world.
It's a
So
community.
it's a community. So we have in the Philippines, we have
Brazil.
in Brazil, we have in Nigeria, we have in Bangladesh, we have in Australia. It's
Mhm.
spread all over.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's a convergence of different talent all over.
Mhm.
One thing to add, with blockchain and Bitcoin, they're big names. Bitcoin, you have Satoshi Nakamoto, and with
We don't even know if
Ethereum,
it's a real person.
yeah,
Right,
it's still a
right.
question.
That's a good
And with
point.
Ethereum, you got Vitalik Buterin, am I
Sounds
right?
right, yeah.
Right, right.
But here we have a Filipino Vitalik Buterin.
Yeah.
Right.
Armando.
I just simply
He's the founder of
Yeah.
The Steve
Alta's
Jobs.
blockchain.
The Steve Jobs of
That's
Chicago.
that's one of the reasons that Powers, gives me an inspiration because we have a Filipino doing a blockchain. He's a founder of the blockchain, Alta. So we could take advantage of this.
Right. And at this moment, we don't have any except one
So
that I
there's
know.
none in the Philippines. I mean,
They're trying. We're
Yeah.
trying. We're competing.
For now, I guess it's only Armando.
With his humility.
I gotta say it. I
Yeah,
gotta say it.
we have to.
We
We have to. I think he deserves. He deserves that vision, and that's why when I saw that when I met Amando and I was trying to trying to understand the technology, and I saw how advanced his work in this, like yourself, Dr. Vicente. I said I got to be on board with this. At least learn, learn.
you should be, since you are a pioneer, you should be able to share this knowledge to the other Filipinos here in the,
Yeah,
at least in Chicago.
I'm trying to get
The say,
Talakayan here before.
I mean those who can understand. I mean,
Together.
scientific community, the academic community.
yeah. Right now, we are heading to that direction. Right now, we're busy because we're launching our product on this Friday. The web platform, and after that, we're going to pursue the Talakayan. That's the meetup that we want to host here in, if you allow it, and we will gather Filipino Americans and people in the area who are
Yeah,
interested in
because I
technology.
really want to gather or whatever to have a group of those in the scientific field, those engineers.
Mhm.
I haven't seen. Oh, maybe the peso. What's it?
We have an organization called
Yeah, peso means.
Philippine Engineers and Scientists.
Yeah, maybe you can
Organization.
speak
Sure.
before this group.
We are definitely ready to engage both in the intellectual minds,
Mm-hmm.
the scientific community,
Yeah.
and even the regular Joes who are interested in learning about technology. So we are ready to.
And we're getting interest today, it looks like, from England, Romania, Indonesia, Nigeria, and France, at the very least. Those are the ones who popped up in the chat introducing themselves. So it's not
Oh,
just
are
not
we
just the
live?
Philippines. Yeah, yeah.
Romania.
Yeah, we have.
Bună ziua.
Oh,
Was it in Romania?
there you go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, you've been there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Oh,
lived there
wow.
for 7 years.
Oh, 7 years.
Yeah.
And Sweden.
Also, with regards to the blockchain technology, what the Philippines is using right now, Bitcoin coins.ph, they use this in paying their bills, utilities,
As we
phone
speak.
phone bills. We got electric and water,
Mhm.
and even the schools. And what's good about this, since we are here, I can just use my mobile phone and pay my bills there in the Philippines. And it's good for the OFWs using this one. And that's the other demographics that we are looking at for Altash blockchain. Because we have Filipinos who could make use of this one, sending money transfers. And all.
Yeah. Yeah, but I have a more personal interest. For example, does it collect photos? All our photographs are.
So again, all the data you
Everywhere.
commit to the blockchain is encrypted. And it can only be read by, it's only visible to the people who have the key to that data. So just because you put data on the blockchain doesn't mean people can read it.
Yeah.
All they can verify is the data doesn't change. They can share the data, but no one can read it but you and the people you give the key to. It's really just to verify that the data is
So
immutable,
Facebook cannot access it.
not unless you give them the key. If you give them the key, yeah, sure. But no,
It still takes personal responsibility to keep your
Yeah.
key
Yeah.
hidden.
What if you die? What happens then?
Uh,
And you forgot to give the key.
and it's
Yeah, that's a
and
problem.
right now.
well, I
It's,
mean, that's you already have that problem with a number of systems that are already in place. Let's say you've got passwords, a whole bunch of systems, and you don't share the passwords with anybody. That's a problem.
Yeah, in my Facebook, I have friends who already died before, but still they're in my Facebook.
So in many cases,
Yeah, and the family cannot delete their posts.
yeah, in many cases with systems like this, it depends on how you implement your integration. So when a company decides to use alt hash, you're going to be setting up a new application and integrating with existing systems. You don't usually just have one person with access to the data. You have one person who is using that data along with the company. So the company would still have access to the data if you've given it to them. There'd be very few cases in which you're the only person with access. And if that's something you have set up, then you probably should share the key with someone in your family or something.
Yeah, it's like you have your own whatever
Yeah.
personal life story. What's the difference between? Okay. So anyway, yeah.
Wait.
So my last question: how does it differ with Google?
Well, Google owns all your data. You don't. That's
No, so
In this case-
cannot Google
exactly.
your-
you ask Google for permission to do what
They won't
you
give
want
it-
with
they
your
won't give it
data.
to you.
That's what your
That
terms of
sums it
service means. Is
Right,
that-
that sums it. And with this,
Yeah.
the data is not, it's yours. It's yours.
Mhm. What kind of data does it store? Photos?
Yeah,
or-
anything, any data that we want to
Visual?
Yeah, visual, any data, it will be stamped by the blockchain. So that means you're storing it in the blockchain. So any data.
I mean text,
Text, video,
documents?
Documents.
So you have to digitize the document.
Yeah, digitize the documents and then that will be uploaded and then stamped by the blockchain. So basically, it's, when that document is altered, it will not match up with the case. It will say, you can program and tell that it's invalid or falsified or something like that. So it will say there that, or it will not say there, but it will create another hash that identifies it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nobody can change it. It is very promising, and we're looking forward to implement this, and having a connection with the consular office and proper audience with the scientific community. I think this is our jumping board, so that this outhash will get exposure to these people, and also blockchain will get acceptance to the mainstream.
Yeah.
Having a right connection, putting it, situating ourselves in a place where, where we can influence others and also ask help from, government bodies, like the consulate office, connections with other governmental bodies. This is the way how we will propel ourselves effectively.
Yeah. Thank you for that briefing.
Thank you also for your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want
Oh, the signing?
Yeah, let's have a. Isang ba take kita photo?
Yeah.
No, here now. Yeah.
This will be on blockchain too, right?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. No, why don't you call somebody? Maybe
Yeah.
there's a lot of people. So yeah, it's something.
Yeah. So hopefully.
It's mind-boggling.
It is.
It is.
I don't know if in Japan they have that system. They have this register system that it's all in their database. You get married, you divorce. It's just,
Everybody now is running to be in the blockchain, but usually government is
Show your
slow
face.
to accept.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We move.
You need to come here.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. I'll be in the photos then.
Yeah.
This man is still not working. He's sitting.
That's better.
Okay. I don't want to block you.
I got you all.
Okay.
One more.
There you go. One
All
more
right.
time.
Okay.
This
Other angle.
Another angle.
Another angle. Right.
Should I just move the other side?
Yes. Sir.
Okay.
Me too. I'm good.
No, no, you're good. Thank you. No, no.
This chair.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
this is
Yeah, this is
Grab another chair.
balance, yeah.
right. There we go. Check.
There's a big gap here. So.
Very good.
There you go.
There we go.
Thank you. That's nice. One more. Great.
Okay, can we have an official
Yeah.
outhash?
Okay.
Outhash.
Oh, there's more.
One more.
Company phone.
Yeah.
One more. All right.
Okay,
Got you.
thank you.
Thank you.
We can start signing. Okay. Okay.
So should we invite other people?
Yeah, you can remind them.
Yeah, you can.
So, you want to, maybe Dr. will sit here.
Yeah.
Vincent sit there.
What's the best approach?
Or rather side by side.
Yeah, side by side. And then we can take a
It'll be a
picture.
better visual.
Long time. How's it going?
Good. So the witnesses can stand behind. Oh, maybe dito na lang.
Yeah.
Witnesses can stand behind the
Witnessing.
two parties. Doc, balik na lang tayo.
Okay.
Manda, the witnesses will stand behind the two.
Who do you want to
Can you
witness?
stand behind us as a witness?
Yeah, this is document, right? So yung picture dito.
Kevin, join us.
Steven, are you the
And Steve.
photographer?
Apparently.
Steve, join us.
All right. You guys are good. I'm pretty sure. What happened to my live chat? Yeah, we're good. All right.
Good. One more.
While signing.
Go ahead, keep on signing.
Let members begin with Kodak.
You can stand a little closer.
One more. Okay, ready? Say ready so we can smile.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stephen, can you?
Sure.
Get you in the photo there.
Get me in there.
We'll Photoshop you into all into one.
3, 2. 3, 3.
One more.
3, 2.
Okay, thanks.
Great.
Next one. There will be one more photo, Ed, wherein we're gonna show the contract.
Everyone?
Ate, ate, balik daw muna tayo. Ate, ate Pearl, balik daw muna ulit daw. Kasi ano, Lena,
Should we ask them to
we
sign
can have another.
After, we'll just take a
Yeah,
photo.
while they show this,
We'll just show the contract. And then, probably like this.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
And then,
Okay. Shaking
the
hand.
handshake.
Shaking hand. With. Okay. 1. Good. Okay. Look. Okay. Sorry.
Some people's kids.
Oh.
Some people's
Okay.
kids.
1, 2, 3. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
And then,
We need
And then the
the
witnesses
witnesses to sign.
and then the folks online are actually asking that we just read a short summary, maybe one paragraph or so from that, whatever's relevant.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
They sign, and the other people can
Actually,
sign.
do we have a copy of your IDs? So can somebody make the? Okay. Aman?
Yeah, because for
Oh, may license ko kayo,
Yeah, Texas PRC. Will that work?
Oh, uh, sure. Yep.
Si Sir Makay. Armando. Sir Armando. Yes, your ID?
Yes. Sorry, consult.
No, I'm gonna get my glasses and I'm gonna read some.
Awesome. I don't think those are. Yeah, those are like California roll / cold burritos. It looks like they're asking about the food.
Oh,
Nice. Bottle just opened a little bit energetically. I think it probably left a mark in the ceiling. There's also fresh fruit.
okay.
All right, go for it. We got
Let me read
what we just signed.
what's going on here. The goals for the MOU. So signing of MOU between Altash and the foundation, which is KSFI, witnessed and authorized by the Philippine Consul here at Chicago, Illinois. And the MOU will as well be uploaded on the Altash blockchain.
Awesome.
Now, the KSFI, or the foundation which I'm representing, is the overseer of different wellness family midwife clinics in Mindanao, and we will choose a model clinic wherein it will be with the beneficiary of having their newborns birth data registered under the Altash blockchain, and the team behind the Altash blockchain will upload, or should we say hash, the research outcomes gathered by the foundation into the blockchain. So basically that's what we're doing right now. This is what's about the MOU, or memorandum of understanding. And we have another collaboration which is probably a few months from now, wherein we do a decentralized application for mosquito-borne diseases, and it will be on the Altash blockchain. So basically that's it. Thank you guys, it's nice seeing you. Support Altash blockchain, or HTML coin.
Okay, great.
Did they say it right?
That sounded good to me.
Okay,
I mean, yeah.
unless you got something more.
It's a wrap.
Nice. It's a wrap then.
Yeah. I think your phone died, by the way, so your stream's not live anymore. It just died. Got most of it.
No battery.
Yeah, it powered itself down.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
but you got most of it. It's just now when I put it down, it was shutting itself down. So you're good. You got most of it.
I'm supposed to get a phone call.
That's my battery's gonna die in a few minutes as well. I've got half an hour.
I gotta charge it.
So I guess I will. I catch the rest of the signing here. That seems
You want to
relevant.
sign, Stephen, would you like to sign the document?
Sure, that sounds fun.
Over here.
All right.
Last one.
I wasn't planning on using blood though, so perfect.
Thank you, sir.
So this one is okay?
Not yet. These two are done.
I could use a pen if I'm signing one.
Sure.
Did you sign it already?
Not yet. Shall I?
Yeah,
I
just
shall.
below.
Sounds good. Doesn't have to be legible, right?
Yeah.
Parang tayo mga video kasi nalagyan ba sa kasal?
Do you need my name written? Just printed at all? All right. I'll try to print. That's reliable.
Ito sa dyan yung mga ano, mga IG.
Consul, this is done. I'm just gonna finish this one with last one. Yeah. Dr. Solis, this is Consul Israel.
Possible. Just a minute ka. Oh, dyan yung ano, malapit kami sa ano sa bahay. Bahay temple. Oo. Thank you so much. Yan, kakalmi namin yan.
I may not keep a laptop on that long.
Maganda dyan. Oo, ano-ano lang yan. Yeah, mga furniture. Oo. Ay, no, October.
I mean, I plug it in, but there's no outlets on this corner of the room, and I think we're at the socializing part. There's not gonna be much more for you guys to watch, so why don't I just see if I can get that to sit there. Thank you all for joining, and yeah, I know you're just kidding. That's right. We're gonna toast and get some food, and I'm hungry. So, signing off. Thank you very much. Ciao.
Lahat meron na.